All right, let's talk about something that so many of us dread, the behavioral interview. It's often that one part of the whole job search that just feels like a complete mystery. Well, today we are going to pull back that curtain and show you exactly what's going on. So, picture this. You're in the interview, you're feeling good, things are going well, and then you hear it, that classic opening line, "Tell me about a time when you." It's such a simple phrase, right? But the moment you hear it, the entire vibe of the conversation changes. It just feels different, a lot less predictable. And hey, if that question makes you feel just a little bit lost or uncertain, you are definitely not alone. For most people, this is without a doubt the most confusing, the most ambiguous part of the entire hiring process. It is completely normal to sit there thinking, what are they really looking for here? Okay, let's just break this down for a second because this comparison really gets to the heart of the problem. When you're in a technical round, there's a structure you can lean on, right? A coding challenge, well, it has a right answer. A system design problem has known patterns you can study and apply. But behavioral interviews, they just feel unstructured. They leave you totally unsure of what you're even supposed to say. And that leads us to the big question, the most important question of all. If it's not about your technical chops, then what is the interviewer actually trying to figure out about you? What are they really trying to measure with all these open-ended, story-based questions? So, here's the absolute key takeaway. The behavioral interview is designed to test something that your technical skills just can't show. And it doesn't matter if you're a brand new grad or a seasoned pro. They want to see how you actually handle real-world work situations, how you work with other people, how you deal with pressure, if you stay committed when things get really tough, and how you bounce back from a setback. And when you boil it all down, these are the core skills they are really testing for. We're talking about teamwork. Can you actually collaborate and be a part of a team? Goal commitment. Are you the kind of person who's going to see something through to the finish line? Resilience. What happens when you hit a wall? How do you react? And of course, communication. Can you get your ideas across clearly? And, just as important, can you listen? These are the real foundations of any great team. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? For these companies, the stakes are super high. They know that even the most amazing coder can't build something great all by themselves. It's your ability to connect with others, to adapt when things change, and to grow as part of a team that really defines your true potential and the impact you're going to make. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hearing all that could make this whole thing feel even more stressful. But I want to pivot here for a second, because there is some seriously good news when it comes to facing these interviews. And here it is. Contrary to how it might feel, there is a clear, learnable method to get ready for these interviews. Success here isn't about just getting lucky or winging it. It's about having a solid strategy and knowing exactly how to tell your story in a powerful way. And that is exactly what we are going to do together in this course. First, we're going to dig deep and understand what interviewers are really looking for behind all those questions. Then, you are going to learn a super effective framework for structuring your answers. And by the end of it all, you will have all the tools you need to walk into any interview feeling confident and totally prepared. This is the beginning. This is where we start to turn the most confusing part of the interview process into your biggest strength. I am so glad you're here. Let's get started.